As a beginner to yoga, using yoga blocks can actually be really helpful in your practice. They serve as great props to help you balance in a pose and also give you some extra height when you can't achieve the full flexibility a pose might require. That said, I wanted to make this video to just give you some examples and ways that you can use blocks. Obviously, I'm not going to show you every single way you could possibly use a block, but hopefully after this video you get an idea of what you can do. So the first example is triangle pose. Instead of bringing the hand all the way down to the mat, you can be resting it on a yoga block. The block is still placed where your hand would be, under your shoulder, so it's still correct form, but the block lets you or allows your leg to be straight, that front leg, and keep the chest open, which is what you want to do in a triangle pose. Another example is Warrior 3. You can take 2 blocks, and now that you have your fingertips up higher, you can have some stability a little higher as you pull the hands off for Warrior 3, and you can keep that bottom leg straight. Another example is Half Moon. So this is another standing balance. But if you can't quite get the fingertips or the hand all the way down to the mat here, a block is a great alternative. You can practice your balance, do both sides, and remember you can have the block lower as mine is. You could even turn it completely flat so that most of the surface area of the block is down on the ground as you get more flexible. Or you can keep it up as high as it can go like I am showing here, and work on the flexibility and the balance of the pose. The next example I'm going to show you is how to do a standing split with the blocks. Similar to Warrior 3, you can have 2, you can put them close together. If you can't quite get the hands down to the mat, you can practice balancing one hand on the blocks here. You can even try and grab the leg with a hand to pull the body in closer. That's a good option there. Now I'm going to take the blocks down to the ground, show you a few things that you can do lower to the mat. I actually used blocks a ton just for this reason I'm about to show you. Place them shoulder width apart, and I would lay my elbow and my triceps down on the blocks for a shoulder stretch. Try and sink down and just let my head and my chest drop through. I thought it felt really good and helped to open my shoulders. Same idea here. You can turn them flat all the way down for a puppy pose stretch. You might not need the blocks here because puppy pose on the mat is enough, but this is an alternative that you can use. And if you do have puppy pose down, then you can maybe get it a little bit deeper by placing your hands up on the blocks. Another example are splits. So you can place the blocks, I've stacked 2 on top of each other, and you can place them right under that front split leg. Stay on your fingertips. You can take one down as you get a little bit more flexible so that they help support you and your body lifting up because you're just not quite there yet. And eventually you can take them out and achieve a full split. If you have a full split, blocks are a great tool to use for an oversplit. Taking one, or you can stack 2 in front of you, taking the front heel on top and sitting in a split here for an oversplit. So you're stretching it past what a normal split would be, which is actually really good for a standing split. It's a good exercise. Another thing you can do that feels really good is place them under the back. So here I have them under my mid back and they're going vertical along my spine. It really helps to just push open the chest and the ribs. And if you cactus the arms like I am here, you'll feel the stretch in the chest and the pecs. You can also leave the legs out in a butterfly pose. That feels good. Or keep them straight. I'm going to turn them now. So now they're horizontal. Again, in the middle of my back. So where my back would arch. They're not right in the lower back, but they're just like right under my shoulder blades. Again, good chest stretch here. Good back stretch. Cactus the arms and you will feel it through the pecs and the front of the chest. And it really feels awesome. The next one I'm going to show you is similar, but I'm just going to take one block and move it. And this time I am going to put it up on my high back, so the upper back by my shoulder blades. Just right under there. Same thing again. I'm just showing you a few different places you can put them under your back to help open the heart, the chest, obviously the back. It feels really good. It can help you relax. Hopefully after watching this, you have a few ideas of how you can use blocks, and you can experiment on your own as well if you think, a block would help you somewhere. It probably could. I don't cue you a lot about the blocks, but I do mention it through several of the flows.